welcome to Jim Munley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long range weather forecast discussion for January 23rd to February 4th. For the period January 23rd to the 27th, we're still forecasting a trough here from the Aleutians to off the west coast, a ridge over Canada in the west, over the west, and a trough in the east. We have upper low settling here across the northern Canada. Closer to the time, a major storm system is forecast for the east. The storm track and intensification, as well as when it evolves, will be critical. During the past few days, there has been a southward and slower trend of the over the past 48 hours. This has implications of where the northern boundary of snowfall occurs. Right now, the area lies over southern and central New York and New England. Further south, heavier snowfall totals have also shifted somewhat southward over the past couple of days, as well as the issue of mixing and changeover. There is also another important factor in how quickly the storm exits over the weekend. In general, this particular system is a relatively slow mover, and that snowfall could last as long as 36 hours, as opposed to perhaps a more typical system for this time of year, which usually is 12 to 18 or even 24 hours. Following the storm, heights are forecast to rise in the east, resulting in some warming. We're going to look now at the period for January 26th to the 30th. Here's the 26th, still forecasting here a trough over the Aleutians to off the west coast. Above normal heights here, we have our ridge in the west, trough in the east. We're going to go now to the 30th. We still have a broad trough here across the east and a trough here. We go through the models. GFS ensembles, European ensembles, and the Canadian. During this time period, I'm forecasting above normal temperatures here, below normal temperatures for this region. Across this region here, I'm forecasting temperatures to be 4 to 8 degrees above normal. And here I'm forecasting temperatures to be 4 to 8 degrees below normal. For precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here. And for the southeast, below normal precipitation for the central and southern plains. Got to look now at the period for January 31st to February 4th. Here we are forecasting still a ridge, a trough here over the Aleutians off the western Canada coast. And now we still have a sort of a ridge here along the west coast, Great Basin area. And we have a trough here across the east central states. We go to the 4th. Now, some of the models are forecasting heights to rise. Like this is the GFS, which always been forecasting colder here. Forecasting heights to rise over here in the east, with a trough extending from the Bering Sea into the western U.S. The other model, such as deterministic, also shows this. And the Canadian has, which usually is the warmer one, has more of a flatter flow, but with a cyclonic flow across the eastern U.S. So during this forecast period, I am forecasting above normal temperatures here. Here I'm forecasting temperatures to be about 3 to 6 degrees above normal. And for here, I'm forecasting above normal precipitation for this region, for the Great Lakes, and below normal precipitation for the plains. That is the long-range weather forecast discussion for January 23rd through February 4th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.